Welcome back to the Explainer. So, today we're actually doing something a little different, highly focused. Instead of unpacking some massive, sprawling concept, we're taking out a magnifying glass and doing a deep dive into our word of the day. Let's get right into expanding that everyday language toolkit, shall we?
Section 1. Meet the word. Okay, before I just give the word away, let's activate some of that prior knowledge you already have. What do we call the sill underneath a door? Think about walking into your house, or really any building. There's that little strip, right? That physical barrier right at the bottom of the frame that separates the outside from the inside, or even one room from another. You've probably stepped on it literally 1,000 times. But what's its actual, specific noun name? Did you guess it? Yep, the answer is threshold. It breaks down into just two simple syllables, thresh, old. Now, phonetically, you might actually hear it pronounced two different ways. Sometimes it's threshold, and other times it's threshold. Honestly, both are perfectly fine to use. Go ahead and say it out loud right now, wherever you are. Threshold. Got it? Awesome, let's build on that.
Section 2. The core meaning. So, while you might hear threshold used metaphorically, like, being on the threshold of a huge new discovery, we're focusing strictly on its primary physical meaning today. The core definition is literally just the sill underneath a door, or a doorway. It's an actual, tangible thing that you can reach out and touch with your foot.
Section 3. Picture the scenario.
This brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about here. Consider the famous phrase, "It's traditional for a groom to carry his bride over the threshold." Just picture that vivid, classic movie scene in your mind for a second. The groom picks up the bride and physically steps over that bottom piece of the door frame to enter their new home. When you connect the word threshold to this specific tradition, the physical reality of the word totally cements itself in your memory. It stops being just this abstract string of letters and becomes that actual piece of wood, or metal, that they're literally stepping over.
Now, to avoid any common mistakes, it really helps to draw some clear boundaries. We use threshold to describe a literal door sill. But say you're talking about stepping over a fallen log out in the woods, yeah, that is not a threshold. You've got to keep it anchored strictly to the doorway.
Section 4. Word relationships. To neatly file this word into your existing vocabulary network, let's look at some relationships. For synonyms, other words that mean nearly the exact same thing, we have doorsill and sill. If you're just looking for a similar word, doorway works perfectly. And for related concepts to keep in mind, think of words like door, portal, or even precipice. Actually, grouping words together exactly like this is a fantastic trick for your brain. It builds this entire web of meaning, rather than just forcing you to memorize one single isolated term.
Section 5. Your daily challenge.
All right, I want to empower you to test your comprehension right now. So here is your actionable homework challenge for today. Step 1, think of a real thing in your everyday life that fits the definition of a threshold. Maybe it's the front door of your apartment building. Step 2, write exactly one sentence about it using our word of the day. And step 3, this is for some bonus points, add one synonym like doorsill and try to think of an antonym just to show you fully understand its boundaries. Seriously, do this simple exercise and you absolutely will not forget this word.
Okay, let's do a rapid recap to really lock this lesson in before we go. Our word of the day is threshold. Its core physical meaning is the sill underneath a door. And your primary synonym to remember? Doorsill. Simple, clear, and honestly highly useful. I challenge you to try and use it at least once this week. Which brings us to our final point. I want to leave you with a bit of a playful, maybe even provocative question. How will you step over the threshold of learning today? Because every new word you master is literally a doorway to better, sharper communication. Thank you so much for hanging out and engaging with this explainer. Keep learning, keep expanding that vocabulary, and I'll catch you next time.